How's it going, YouTube? And how's it going, you? So, today we are going to revisit my most popular video on this channel, which is Blue Moon. I love Blue Moon, and I guess you guys love it too, based off of all the support that you guys gave me. Thank you once again. And this comes from this lovely individual who they didn't ask me to replay Blue Moon, but they gave me some ideas that I really thought about for quite some time. They said that they weren't so sure about Ragavan because it doesn't close out the game very fast. And expressive iteration not being so good because it's not instant speed, and Blue Moon really likes to play an instant speed game. I actually think that there's a lot of logic behind this post, and I don't necessarily agree with Murktide or Chandra, but I do think that these are some really good ideas that I would like to execute. So, I am pleased to present to you the list we're going to be playing today. Ta-da! So, the biggest change that we have made to Blue Moon is adding Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon is a super powerful magic card. Legacy playable. Legacy playable. Shark Typhoon fills multiple roles. Not only is it a win condition at instant speed, that's a big deal because if you remember what the person commented, instant speed is what this deck likes to do. It additionally draws a card, which can be massive in a deck that needs to hit its land drops, needs to find a counterspell. It also fuels delirium, which is super important because we're not playing any sorceries anymore. We're not playing expressive iteration. And I wanted to make sure that we had ways to hit delirium. And Shark Typhoon kind of fit the bill perfectly. It did everything that I needed to do. Draw a card, be a threat, and fuel delirium. I can't get much happier than that. Other changes that we have made to the list. We are up to 22 lands. We are a control deck. We need to hit our land drops. I've also upped the curve, if you cannot tell. So I wanted to make sure that we are able to get to 4 mana and maybe 6 mana, but we also need to get a lot of lands to make a bigger shark, you know? So 22 lands. We also cut the Fiery Islet. Didn't want to deal damage to myself. Drawing the card was nice, but I would rather just play like another fetch land to make sure that we're able to get basics, make sure that we're able to get the Steam Vents if we need it. We also aren't playing like Ragavan, so like we aren't as pressured as much to hit red and blue in the first turn. Of course, I want to make sure that I can cast a lightning bolt in the first turn, but still not as pressured. I'd rather just play another fetch land. Engineered Explosives, another card for Delirium, and a catch-all against a bunch of decks. Good against Indomitable Creativity, good against Hammer Time. Can be good against Murktide, for example, because we're not playing any one-drop creatures. So X=1 against Murktide is a realistic removal spell. Wanted to give it a go. It sees play in Murktide in the main sometimes, and I think it's quite a good idea. We need to hit Delirium, so Abrade. So another card that we could be playing is Prismari Command, but I like Abrade for a few reasons. So first, it's 2 mana, which is a lot less than 3, especially like in this kind of deck. It hits Ledger Shredder. It hits Turn on Dragon's Rage Channeler. Dealing 3 damage is quite a lot. It is kind of a catch-all that, once again, Murktide does play in the main sometimes. If you like look at some lists, you scroll through all the 5-0s, people like to play in Abrade in the main, and I think that there's logic behind that too. There's a bunch of artifacts in Modern that we can just hit sometimes. Being able to lightning bolt a creature is a really big deal. And then Snapcaster, Abrade is realistic. 4 mana. We're trying to hit 4 mana anyway. 2 dress downs. We've gone up from 1. Dress down, again, fills multiple roles. It draws a card. It can do some really wonky things with creatures. Being able to kill Urza Saga tokens. Being able to turn off the Murktide Enter the Battlefield ability, so it's just a 3/3, so we can like lightning bolt it. Abrade does a lot of weird things that, again, the rest of the deck has a difficult time in doing. And then it also puts itself into the graveyard for Delirium. a bunch of super reasonable things that we need. For Archmage Charm, this card is absolutely incredible, and I'm super happy to try out 4. This card, again, does everything that we needed to do. It draws cards, it counterspells, and it gains control of things, which is actually super relevant, because if you gain control of a Ragavan, if you gain control of a Dragon's Rage Channeler, an Esper Sentinel, that is a 2-for-1. We've taken the thing, which is a 1-for-1. We've gotten rid of it, and now we have it. So if they Lightning Bolt the Ragavan that we took, we got a card out of the hand and the card off the field. That is a 2-for-1. So super happy to be playing Archmage Charm at 4. I love that card. Card's fantastic. 4, Cryptic Command. Okay, so I'm doing this to experiment, to have a little fun for the thumbnail, and because Cryptic Command is actually a really good card. I mean, not as good as it once was, but if we're able to resolve it, it's always a 2-for-1. If it's draw a card and do something else, always a 2-for-1. If it's counter a spell, tap all your dudes, I mean, that's better fog. If it's no matter which 2 modes you choose, it's always fantastic when it resolves. So I wanted to try out 4. With Snapcaster, it gets even better. I mean, why not? 4 Archmage Charm, 4 Cryptic. We're already on the triple blue. Might as well give it a go. The 1 Subtlety I've actually kept in the main because I like having another threat. And this is a threat that is also a counterspell. And also really nice that we can play it for free in the early turns in case they play like a Ren in 6 and I'm just like looking at my hand like I'm never going to be able to answer this. And it also allows us to counter things through a Cavern of Souls, which may or may not be relevant. I like it. I think that it's nice having another threat that additionally goes to the graveyard to fuel Delirium. Again, Delirium is going to be harder to hit when we don't have sorcery speed spells, which is why we got these enchantments and artifacts and a creature that just so happens to kill itself. So, awesome. Super happy with giving Subtlety a run. The sideboard. I haven't made many changes, but I did make a few. Flusterstorms and invasive surgeries are because Cascade is seeing a pretty big uptick, and Indomitable Creativity is one of the best decks right now. It's probably the best deck in Modern, but that's up for debate. I love Murktide. It's my favorite deck. But I do think that Indomitable Creativity is really oppressive, and I wanted to make sure that I had a bunch of answers to those decks. A Mystical Dispute for Murktide, for who knows what. I think the sideboard is actually quite difficult to build, and I would love to hear your guys' ideas on what we should add or change. Jace for any deck that we're trying to go a little bit slower against. It's good against elementals. It's good against blue-white control, which I've actually been seeing quite a bit of, interestingly enough. So I'm down to give Jace a try. Don't know if it'll actually be boarded in, but, you know, might as well give it a go. Another Subtlety, just in case, because I have been seeing a lot of Amulet Titan. So, Abrade for pretty much just hammer and creature decks. I can't really think of anything else that you'd want it against. Get some weird artifact decks. A Magus, which is the 3rd Blood Moon, which is almost a better Blood Moon sometimes. We really want this for Tron and for Amulet because they have a very difficult time in killing a creature, and it's a Blood Moon on a creature. So Brotherhood's End for small creature decks, you know. Fury, small creature decks. Unlicensed Hearst, because although something like Relic of Progenitus would be cheaper, we do want to protect our graveyard because of Unholy Heats and Snapcaster Mages, and we can turn on Unlicensed Hearst. It can be a win condition. Snapcaster Mage has 2 power. Subtlety, Shark Typhoon. We do have ways of making 2 power creatures that we would want with Unlicensed Hearst. So I think that Unlicensed Hearst is the best graveyard hate right now, but if you guys have any suggestions, I know Soul Guide Lantern is a card that we could be playing, but I want something that's recurring. I want something that is a bit more versatile, and I think that's Unlicensed Hearst still fits the role. And Engineered Explosives, 3 have been the norm. We have the third one in the main. I think the card's really good. I think that it has a lot of hits, so I'm down to give it a go. If you guys enjoy this content, please leave a like, subscribe. We just hit 300 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's jump into a league. Alrighty, round number 1. We are on the play. Our opening hand is, I guess it's pretty good. It has a removal spell. It has a cantrip, so we can try to find a third lands. We do need to eventually hit 4 lands, so we can just play the Steam Vents tapped and say go. It's kind of a shame that we can't, like, we're not gonna, I don't really think I want to bluff anything. I'd rather just preserve my life total. Suspending Crashing Footfalls. Okay. So we know what we're playing against. So we are most definitely going to be playing this dress down, probably on their main phase 2. We really need to hit some lands. Come on, land. Okay, that is a land. You count. If we are able to get the 4th land, now that would be something. That would be something. I think I'm just going to lightning bolt them. I could also, like, flash in a snapcaster mage. I kind of like flashing in the snapcaster mage and, like, trying to, like, get something going. If they kill it, then we hit delirium, which is pretty nice. So I'm kind of down to just play this as like a 2-mana 2/1 flash. Because if we don't draw a land, we're gonna be stuck here for quite some time. All right, we did hit the land. I'm gonna have to take a phone call real quick. Alrighty, my apologies. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go to combat. We're gonna hit them, and then we're gonna pass. Very interesting build. I assume because they play like Leyline Binding. Interesting, shocking themselves. Are they playing the... Okay, they're playing Shardless Agent. Okay. So I'm definitely just going to try to counter the crashing footfalls that they get. And draw a card. Counter, draw. Resolve, please, no mystical dispute. Sure. And we found another cryptic command. That's pretty hilarious. Land. Okay. So I'm just gonna pass, and then I'm gonna attempt to counter their second crashing footfalls, which is probably going to be unsuccessful. I feel a force negation. Counter, draw. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So it's gonna resolve, and then I'm gonna be able to unholy heat one of them, and then I can snapcaster cryptic bounce the other one, suspending another crashing footfalls. Okay, so I'm just gonna kill a token now, get that done, so I don't have to think about it. And we did hit the land. Awesome. So if they have a force negation, I would rather them play it now. So I'm gonna snapcaster cryptic now. So if they have it, they have to pitch a card instead of I don't think they have it, yeah. Return and draw. Return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another snapcaster. Okay. Alrighty. I'm down. And I will not trade. We need these snapcasters as a way to win the game. Another Cascader would be so good. That would be all 4 crashing footfalls. Oh my goodness. Okay. All 4 crashing footfalls. Are they playing the Murktides? They're not playing Murktides. They are out of threats. If we're able to deal with these crashing footfalls, we're able to win the game. So that's good to know. I can't even block anymore. That's brutal too. Okay. How many force negations? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. No mystical disputes in the main. Okay, so we're not in the worst spot. Not in the best. We really need to draw some spells. But we are going to be able to Snapcaster, Unholy Heat a token, block another token, and abrade the Shardless Agent. And then if we need to draw a counterspell of sorts within 2 turns. It's honestly not the worst. I wonder if I'm supposed to Snapcaster now. Okay. So I am going to Snapcaster now. So now I'm going to have to block the Rhino and abrade the Rhino. It's really annoying. If we draw an Archmage Charm, that would be able to take a Rhino too, so that would be pretty good. I'm wondering if I should just... If I block the rhino, I take 5. I think they're fire icing my snapcaster. I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, okay. So that means I need to abrade the shardless agent. Oh, I should have waited. I should have waited. Now I'm taking an additional point of damage. I just increased the clock for myself for no reason. Ugh. Okay, archmage charm. Archmage charm or cryptic command. That doesn't do it. We are dead. Would our one draw step have done it? Oh no! But we would have taken a rhino, and then we would have for 2 turns not been able to do anything about these rhinos, right? So like, right? So like I take 4 there. I go to 6. I untap. I draw bolt. I say go. They attack me. I go to 1. I draw archmage charm. I archmage charm the rhino. Then crashing footfalls comes off suspend. Then I draw a blood moon, and then I lose because they double attack. Okay, well, game 2. All these are coming in. These are definitely coming in. Abrade is coming out. Dress downs are coming out. Subtlety is coming out. Blood moons are honestly like it's better against them because they're like trying to do like this 5-color thing. It's better. How much better? Let's cut like a blood moon and like a bolt because the bolt doesn't really hit anything, but it does go face. Maybe the blood moon is good. They play a lot of removal though, like Beseiju, Leyline Binding, a lot of ways to answer it. So opening hand has 1 land. We need to mull that. This hand is definitely better. What do we mull back though? I think it's the Unholy Heat. And I'll go Steam Bends taps on the first turn. They're not going to do anything. They might like suspend a Crashing Footfalls or something. Okay, go. Not a bad draw. I must say I do kind of miss the Ragavans. It was really nice having a turn 1 threat that had to be answered, and if it didn't get answered, we were able to generate a lot of value. And also, it makes mana for us to be able to cast our spells. So, I'm already kind of missing Ragavan. Expressive Iteration, I don't really think I've missed. Spending Crashing Footfalls, they probably just drew it. That's what that meant. And I'm most definitely going to Archmage Charm on. It depends on what they do. If they like land go, then I'm probably going to consider because I need to hold up counter spells for Violent Outburst. I should have taken a picture of their deck lists. Get a basic here. Consider. I'm not against it. Uh oh my goodness. I'm not like unhappy to see another one. I am gonna counter this. I am gonna counter this. If they want to play another, if they want to play a sorcery speed, uh, crashing footfalls, then I can just archmage charm, take a token, and then if we draw a land, we're really, really set. I sadly just don't have answers to endurance. Like we're just kind of sitting here. So land. They're fetching. That's interesting. They have another crashing footfalls to suspend. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's one left in their deck. I'm just gonna try to gain control of it now. All right, we have a rhino. All four crashing footfalls. Oh my goodness. I will block the Shardless Agent if they attack with both, but they're probably just going to attack with the Rhino, and then I can't block because it's a 5/5. And now I need to hold up Invasive Surgery for the Crashing Footfalls is going to come off suspend. We really need to hit some lands. Okay, we probably lose now. Our opponent has seen all four Crashing Footfalls in or ways to get them out within a lot of cards, or within the top 17 cards. It's pretty unfortunate. All right, Invasive Surgery. I don't think that we're going to win this game. I think that we're going to have a difficult time. We also are having a difficult time in getting delirium. Like this unholy heat is essentially only dealing 2 damage. It's kind of a shame. Oh. Well, I am unholy heating this so that we can live, but that's pretty brutal. We have to draw an untapped blue land. I mean, all of our lands come into play untapped. So we need to draw lands, and then we have to start cryptic bouncing. Tap bounce. Getting rid of the tokens. It's like the only way that we're going to be able to do anything. It's kind of brutal. We need to draw a cryptic into cryptic, or lands into cryptic. Or I guess land into archmage charm does it? Or no, because they would attack with 1 rhino. Okay, so we need to draw an island or a sulfur falls. Okay. I mean, and we need to do this cryptic on their upkeep. Wonder what our opponent is thinking about. Okay, so we're going to return and tap. Return, and then it automatically does our opponent's taps. Okay. Alrighty, so now we need to draw Archmage Charm. Archmage Charm would actually be pretty perfect. We would go to 1, and we will hold the 1 mana for Invasive Surgery. They are playing a Shroudless Agent as a 3-mana 2/2. Now we need Cryptic. We lose. GG's, opponent. Yeah, I'm already kind of starting to feel like I want the Ragavan again. I feel like it was nice being able to fight on multiple axes, right? Like we have the creatures and like we have a bunch of really good spells. Let's see how this next match goes. If we lose this next match, it'll kind of confirm what I'm thinking. But let's give it a go. Next one. Alrighty, round number 2. We are on the play again. Our opening hand, we are going to have to mulligan. This hand is good. Okay. I want to keep the Unholy Heat because it's our only removal spell. I think we're gonna bottom the Cryptic. We need to hit 4 lands in order to make that playable. And at least Snapcaster is reasonable with the Unholy Heat. Both island go, huh? Alright, I see you. I see you. I don't think I want to play Snapcaster. Island go again. Wow. Okay. So we're probably gonna Archmage Charm, draw 2 cards in the end step, and then bait their counterspell out. Blue-white control, huh? They let it resolve. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I would have let that resolve. I guess that they don't know what we're doing. They think we're playing like Murktide. But I guess the Sulfur Falls is not really a Murktide card, huh? I can Cryptic bounce their land and draw a card to put them back a turn, but I don't think that's worth it. Memory Deluge. Do I want to let them draw cards like this? I guess so. They have to play a land. Okay, they're going to take 2 cards. They're going to go up to 8 cards. They're going to draw for turn. They're going to go to 9. They have to play a land and a spell. We are going to counterspell this. It doesn't hurt us like too much, but it does turn off our lightning bolts and the unholy heat in our hands. So it's a battle of the control decks. This is going to be a grindy game. Definitely want to make sure that I'm ahead on time. I'm going to take the snapcaster. I feel like the snapcasters are going to be important. Do I want to like resolve a blood moon? Does that matter? I think we'll just pass. I do want to resolve the blood moon. I do think that blood moon is kind of one of the reasons why we're playing blue moon, right? Like it's one of the reasons we want to play this deck over white. Chalice again. Jeez. I kind of like want to attempt to cryptic it so that I can resolve a blood moon. I'm kind of down with that. Let's try to. I don't care if they resolve this chalice. Let's like because we can eventually bounce it. So let's kind of try to counter draw. And if they want to counterspell it, then I'm down with that. Down. Easy trade. Resolves. All right. So now we're going to resolve a blood moon. Go. What are the odds that they have like the second counterspell? I guess pretty high, but they resolved. Nice. Good for us. I think we just land go here. I'm pretty sure we're set up to win this game. We can snapcaster cryptic commands. We're most likely going to shark typhoon on the end step. Sure. Definitely hitting the token. I don't think they care. Oh, they do want the blood moon gone. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're fighting over that token. I almost wonder if it's worth it for me to like take back my token. It's not the worst. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. So our one drops are very dead, but we might be able to turn them back on with a mixture of snapcaster, cryptic bouncing the chalice. We're just really fighting over this token, huh? I guess I just pass. I'll let them hit me for 4. Yep. No, probably just otawara the token. And now we are back to a head on board. I would like to resolve a... Okay, so I'm going to attempt to counter and bounce the Chalice of the Void. so that I can get this consider online. Counter, return. Counter, return. Oh, they have counterspell again. It's pretty brutal. Okay, well. Now we're going to have a difficult game. Because we have 2 dead cards in hands. I will trade. Kind of interesting they didn't want to like put Kahira in their hands. Hopefully they don't have their own Shark Typhoon. That would be absolutely devastating. Uh-oh, that looks like a Shark Typhoon to me. Yeah, it's a Shark Typhoon. Oh, that's the Memory Deluge. That's almost better than just Shark Typhoon. I wonder if we should be playing Memory Deluge. That is a very good card. It might be better than like the 4th Cryptic commands. That was a good draw. Wow, that was a good draw. All right, say go. Engineer explosives coming in clutch. Sure. Just say go, and then I'll probably unholy heat on their end step. I don't mind taking 3 here. All right, so we pop this. Then we unholy heat this. They really want to fight over this? I'll consider in response, I guess. Keep that on top. I will counterspell, I guess. I do want to remove their creature. Seems like a Dovin's veto, maybe? Or a memory deluge, okay. So it resolves, that resolves. Boy, we have drawn a lot of lands. We've drawn 9. They have 9. So we're at an equal amount, but they've just drawn more cards than us. It's pretty brutal. Well, we're gonna counter it. Uh-oh. Now we need to draw Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat. I look to the top card. It's a shame that we can't look to see. Definitely a advantage of playing in paper is that we can look to see what they wanted to keep on top. So we can learn if they're like bluffing us or not. So I'm going to attempt to bounce and draw their Jace on the end step. It's kind of... I guess it resolves. Return, draw. Bounce. They let us have a Shark Typhoon? So they were bluffing us. Okay. Okay. Not the worst spot. Not the worst spot. Yeah, they were trying to get us to crack our fetch lands. There's no way that they would have, like, let us keep that. Sure. Okay, so they've seen 3 Archmage Charms and 3 counterspells. They are plussing and looking. Chose not to use it. I'm still Shark Typhooning on the end step, so... Not bad. If we can kill this Jace... We have no stifle ability, huh? I don't think so. Things just gonna have to resolve, sadly. Otawara, wow. We've been destroyed by otawara. Card is incredible. Sure. Chose not to use it, okay. So we're gonna start by dress downing. And then we're gonna go to the end step. We're gonna let the dress down die. And then we're going to draw 2 cards. Okay. We can bounce the Chalice of the Void. I think that's good. Return, draw, bounce. Because we need to be able to try to unholy this Jace. Okay. Unholy Heat. Lightning Bolt. Oh my god. Oh, grind. This is game 1. I have to counter draw this because they're going to play a Chalice. And I'm not going to be able to counter anything after. I'm not going to be able to kill anything after that. Oh no. Our luck has run out. This is the beginning of the end in terms of the mirror. They're going to resolve like a Teferi or something. Oh, they put Kahira. Okay. There's the Chalice on 1. We want to see some snapcaster mages. We've seen 1, 2. We've seen 2? Oh, that's such a good draw. Go. I'm not going to do it into their attacker. I'm going to do it on the end step because I don't want to get Teferi bounced. Or if they have like a Jace, then they minus. Make a 9/9. No. Okay. I'm gonna dress down now. All right, 2 dead draws. We really need a snapcaster mage, and we have 3 turns to do it. 2 turns to do it. We have 2. That Castle Vantress is so good. Oh my god, being able to just generate advantage from their lands. We could be playing a Castle Vantress. It just turns into, with Blood Moon out, it turns into a mountain, and that's pretty irritating. Snapcaster, please. Okay, go. Oh, they have the last archmage charm. That's what that means. Snapcaster. Target cryptic commands. Or I guess I could have taken archmage charm, huh? Return, draw, return. Okay, so I have a blocker for the Kahira. What a grind this has been. And we're not dead in the water, but it's not looking good. We definitely need to see like another cryptic command or something. You're not going to bounce Snapcaster, right? You are. Whoa. All right. I need Snapcaster to resolve. All right, GG's. Oh, okay. The mirror. The mirror. So, Jace is definitely coming in. Subtlety is definitely coming in. We want the subtlety because it's an instant speed. It counters their creatures and their planeswalkers, but we can also flash it on their end step, which is a pretty big deal. I don't think that Mystical Dispute and Flusterstorms are particularly good in the mirror. We get into these games where you saw we had like a billion lands and there was nothing we could do. Abrade it seems okay. It's like good against the Chalice of the Void. Wonder if that means it's worth it for me to bring in another Abrade. I like Engineered Explosives actually against the mirror. It hits the Shark Typhoon tokens and it hits the Chalice, and which allows me to bring out the Abrade here. And I want to cut like dress downs don't do anything, that's for sure. I'm okay with like cutting and unholy heat. I'm down with this. I think that this is the way that we want to go. I think this is the way that we want to go. Okay. Time to play control. Our opponent has mulled a 6. That's already good for us. We are already ahead. Land go. We're going to be playing this land go game for quite some time. Land go. Again, kind of a reason why I wanted to play Ragavan, because Ragavan allows us to like not just play this land go game, but land go. It's kind of like a who's gonna brick on the lands first game. That fetch was kind of risky, to be honest. In case I wanted to do something, but... Lango. I think I am going to attempt to cryptic bounce the tower. I think X equals 1ing me. Interesting. Is this a situation that I want to set them back? Like, if they're just trying to hit land drops here, nah, I'll just pass. And I'll try to do it on their end step. And I'm going to bounce their token, actually. I think this is going to get countered anyway, but kind of want their token gone. Lango. I will definitely counter a memory deluge if that's what they're going to try to do. I don't want them getting ahead on cards. That's kind of how they won last game, is they just like got so ahead on cards. Nice. Lango. We are ahead by 3 minutes on the clock. Super relevant against control. And they missed a land drop. I'm going to attempt to draw 2 cards here. Consider. Land into the grave. Okay. Do I actually want to play this Blood Moon here before I like just start cracking my fetch lands? The fact that they just like passed. I think I'll just pass. They might just be like casting another memory deluge or something. Sure. Sanctifier. Resolves. It's an interesting card. I think I want to try to resolve this Blood Moon this turn. I think this is my chance. So I'm going to Snapcaster and attempt to like bounce draw. Return draw. I wonder if it's better to hit their land. Nah. They're not going to have 2 basics to recast the Sanctifier, so... Sure. Alright, so Blood Moon is resolving. Go. Leyline Binding, pretty sure. Interesting. Okay. Sure. I think the Sanctifier is not a good card against me. It's, my Snapcaster is just attack right through. Combat. Attack. I'm kind of in the market to like counter this, but I think I'm just going to let it resolve because we're going to end up Shark Typhooning on their end step. They realize they're losing this race, right? All right, Shark Typhoon. Make a 4/4. They've gone through 3 Archmage charms, so I am assuming this is like a Leyline Binding. Yeah, okay. Sure. That's pretty funny. I think I'm going to counter that. We're kind of winning. I am going to counter this. They're obviously digging, so... And we're winning right now. They have 1 card in hands. I don't really know what card in their deck they could have that would be like incredible against me right now. We have all the answers for everything. I'm still surprised that they are attacking me. They are losing this race. And we are ahead on the clock by about 3 minutes. Definitely countering that. That is essentially dig through time, which is essentially double demonic tutor. They are still attacking. I think I'm just gonna like I could Shark Typhoon for 1, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna like keep beating down. My goal is to not only win this game, but try to drain their clock as much as I possibly can. They are still attacking me. You can't counter that one, buddy. Sure. Combat. All right, so now we can get tricky. Now we can get tricky. Blood Moon. Okay. Lightning Bolt. Alrighty. Let's go. Okay. What a slog this matchup is. What a slog. What wondering if Magus of the Moon is like good as well. It could be solitude, so maybe not. Dress down turns off Sanctifier. It's kind of weird that they brought in Sanctifier against me. Trying to think about something that like deals with shark tokens. We really don't have that much. I think we honestly just click submit and we just like try to beat them on time. Yeah, I think we just try to beat them on time. I don't think that there's anything that we want to really change here. We could bring back the Unholy Heat, but I don't really want that. The abrades don't seem great. They're like only good against Chalice, and that's what the EEs are for. EEs also hit the Sanctifier. We could bring in Mystical Dispute and Flusterstorms. They do like to tap out on our turn for like 1 mana or for 4 mana stuff. I'm not against it. Alright, I'm down to do like this. Let's do that. Last minute audible Unholy Heat for Flusterstorm. Unsure if that's going to be right. Like, we're going to end up wanting those Unholy Heats, I have a feeling, you know? But, because they do answer the Planeswalkers pretty efficiently. I just like the Lightning Bolts because they can go face, and we do need to end the game eventually. Like, I know we're playing, like, this control game where we, like, draw go, plan go, you know, and we beat down with a creature, but Lightning Bolt does kill off the Solitude, the Solitude. It does kill off a lot of the Planeswalkers sometimes. The Subtlety also is answering these Planeswalkers too. So the Unholy Heats are less necessary. Our opponent's taking a really long time to think. They use the entire sideboard time. I'm thinking because they're really low on time themselves, like for the match. So they're just like, they're trying to think about everything. All right, let's do it, opponent. Rochambeau. The longer that my opponent takes, the better. I think that they're actually AFK. Ooh, they're back. All right, sounds good. Our opponent has mulled. Our opponent has mulled a 5. Five in the control deck mirror is not good. I think just Island go. Consider. I do want to lands. That is a good one. Sulfur Falls Goat. I'm going to use this time to flash in a Snapcaster. So they're probably going to like plus, but they might minus now. Yeah, okay. So now we can kill the Teferi, or we can Blood Moon. In order for them to Blood Moon, they would need to pay 2 mana. I'm just going to kill the Teferi. I really just want it off the table. That thing is really scary. Scary Teferi. Go. And I am going to flash in the Snapcaster once again. They're missing land drops. We are technically ahead. Being able to untap with something on the field is really how you can win against the mirror. Because, like, they have to take this 2. Whoa. Sure. Okay, so now we just resolve a Blood Moon, and they should be, like, just out of the game. Yep, it's probably game. Just pass. I'm just gonna start drawing cards. Go. Imagine if it was expressive iteration. Chalice on 1. Okay. End step, snapcaster. Draw 2 cards. Chalice on 0. End step. Draw 2 cards. I think this is pretty straightforward. I'm not doing anything that complicated. If I was the opponent, I would concede. There's really no reason to continue to play this game. But we're just gonna flash on the subtlety, try to speed up the clock. Oh, they have double blue. Scary. I'm gonna bolt them. I'm gonna bolt them because I have like a weird line where I can like cryptic, bounce my snapcaster, lightning bolt. Sure. All right, so the game is over now. I'm gonna do exactly what the line I just said is. Go to my main phase, play lands. We're going to return and draw. Return this. And then we're going to flash in a snapcaster. Holy moly, the control mirror. And we won because our opponent mulligans. I'm pretty sure that's why we won, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. GG's. How long was that? Holy crap. 40 minutes of my life gone to the control mirror. Alrighty, off to the next one. Alrighty, round number 3. We are on the draw. Our opening hand is pretty good. It's pretty good. We have a removal spell. We have a cantrip. We have the Shark Typhoon, which can also be another cantrip. Ooh, okay, so we're playing against some sort of like affinity deck. Definitely going to shock myself just in case. Don't really know what they're doing, but if they go Ursa Saga, this dress down is going to look really good. I just have a feeling that these cards are not really playable in Modern. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but like Indestructible Guildgate. I will make sure to board out the Stone Rains. Sure. Is there like an ornithopter and frogmites coming now? Memnite. Okay. All right. Better than an ornithopter. There's the frogmite. I think I'm supposed to wait to see what they equip the cranial plating to before I fire off this unholy heat. Kind of a shame, but like I want to kill their frogmite because I want to prevent them from being able to drop like a huge affinity creature, but I can't risk getting hit with this cranial plating over and over again. Springleaf drum. Okay. So I assume the last card in their hand is like Thought Monitor or like a 4/4. Something along the lines of that. I honestly just might... I might just take this hit from the Memnite so that I can Sharp Typhoon for X equals 1 to block. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's really weird, but I'm going to kill the Memnite. Take the 7. It's a big Memnite. Thought Monitor. Wah, wah. Oh my god. What a draw. Pass and just pray that they just enter combat and attack. Sure. All right, well, we got them. We really want to see cryptic commands. I'm at 5. I am at 5. Okay. So I can Archmage Charm the Haywire Mite at the beginning of combats. Then they sacrifice it and they target their own thing. But I have to make them do that. Let's see if they see it. Let's see if they see it. Oh, now the treasure vault can make a treasure. And then they... Oh, also the Springleaf Drum can tap the Haywire Mite, I just realized. I don't think my plan is going to work out the way that I want it to. Maybe I'm just supposed to concede to, like, conceal information? They've only seen 2 cards. Yeah, let's concede to conceal information. They don't know what we're playing. I mean, they kind of do, but they kind of don't. And we get, like, a bunch of cards. We get Engineer Explosives, Abrade, Fury, Brotherhood's End. And even, like, the Subtlety can be not terrible. Counterspell does not seem particularly good. It seems okay, but, like, it only has the one mode, so I think I don't even want it. Subtlety's okay. It's just like okay. It's not great. Blood Moon's also okay. Like the artifact is a super type, so if we Blood Moon, their lands are still artifacts. So maybe we cut the Blood Moons for something that like actually deals like I guess the subtlety. It's like a little bit better than the Blood Moon. Alrighty, on the play. All right, all right. This hand has artifact hate. I don't think I'm supposed to engineer explosives on one and just like tell them what I'm doing, but I also wonder if like playing the Sulfur Falls is better on the first turn, but probably not. So Blood Moon advantage would be that it does get rid of the indestructibility. Indestructibility? That's a word, right? So I could abrade their land, for example. Ooh, that's really good. No artifacts to follow up, though. That's pretty good for me. I think I'm just gonna pass. And then Lightning Bolt pay the ward. I guess they could have Metallic Rebuke, but I'm okay with just taking 1 damage here. I'm willing to take up to 3 damage. If they try to put a 4th counter on it, then I'm gonna have to try to kill it. I guess counterspell's better on the play. Yep, Memnite resolves. I can't auto yield to that. I have to be able to respond. Ornithopter resolves. So what is nice is that I can engineer explosives on 2. Pithing Needle. That's really annoying. So I'm going to attempt to lightning bolt that now. Yep. It resolved. Awesome. So they're just going to Pithing Needle name engineer explosives. I'm almost 100% sure. But if we draw a land, we can still abrade the Pithing Needle and then EE, pop, destroy all their zeros. Which is definitely what I'm going to do. If I draw a land, we're just going to do that. We did. Awesome. So we're going to abrade this. So I guess we just play this on 0 first. And then we attempt to destroy this. And then we just pop this. I'm not gonna like let them untap with artifacts because their deck is trying to dump their hand anyway. Sure. So we can cryptic bounce draw. I'm kind of down to just like see if they cast anything. I'll take 2, no biggie. And then I can counter bounce. Ooh, that's pretty good. Counter, return. Counter, return. Alrighty. I mean, we're doing pretty good. Urza Saga, definitely annoying. But we do have another engineered explosives, so we will be able to EE on 0 and be able to get rid of the Urza Saga tokens. Sure. That's pretty annoying. I'm kind of surprised they hit the cryptic command instead of exiling like a braid. So you guys want to learn something? Let's see if they do it first. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play this engineered explosives on 0. All right, we'll play it on 0. Our opponent is probably going to make a token because there's no reason for them to not make a token here. And then what they're probably going to do is tap the Urza Saga for mana, right? Because there's no reason for them to make another token if I'm just going to like kill it, right? So what they should have done here is nothing. If they do nothing, then I have to crack my engineered explosives and then they get another token. However, now I can crack this because they're probably going to get a pithing needle. I can kill the construct and they can't take back the tap. So, super big brain play would have been nothing. Let the trigger resolve, don't tap for mana. Sure. Sure. That's annoying. Can't do anything about it. They're probably going to try to equip Nettle Cyst, right? It's 2? Yeah, it's 2 to equip. Okay. So I'm just going to kill whatever they equip to in response. Probably the brute. Holy crap. I wonder if I was supposed to kill one of the things in response so that they can't play the 4/4s. Because I'm going to have a very difficult time in killing those 4/4s. Like, if they just, like, lands 4/4, like, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. That might just be game. Land. Okay, so we get to kill this in response. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold up Snapcaster, Lightning Bolt, Consider, all that kind of stuff, and probably kill whatever they try to equip to. Holy moly, they've drawn so many cards. I feel like this is kind of one of the disadvantages of... Like, I do kind of wish that we were playing Ragavan. Ragavan, we would have had a threat that they have to deal with. They don't play any removal. Sure, they have Memnites and stuff, but, like, our Engineer Explosives on 0 would have wiped them up. I don't know. So I have to bolt this now. Kind of brutal. Yep. Oh my god, another Urza Saga. It's a 10/10. Okay. Am I supposed to chump block this? I suppose. I'm gonna most likely snapcaster, abrade the nettle cyst. Maybe that's what I should have done in the first place. And then the nettle cyst is no longer like a threat. Yeah, that's probably better. I just click through blocks. Uh okay. I couldn't have done that anyway because they had the Soul Guide Lantern, right? I definitely wanted to block the Frogmite though. All right, so we are going to Shark Typhoon for 2. Find a red card. Find a red card. We probably lose. Most likely. If we found a red card, we could have double killed the Thought Monitor, had some blockers for the Frogmite, and then been able to like continue. But that's another thing too, is that Fury gets so much worse in this version. Now that I think about it, we're not playing Expressive Iterations or Ragavans. That is something to think about. Oh. This deck's unbeatable. I guess I'm like not supposed to block the Thought Monitor, but how do we win? How do we not lose? I don't think we can. I think it just pass. Yup. I think I'm just gonna concede to save my own time. I think that this one is barely gone for us. GG's opponent. It's this version has been very rough. I'm gonna play one more. If we win, we will play the last one. If we lose, we are clearly done. And then we can wrap it up. But I kind of already have an idea of how I feel about this list. Alrighty. Round number 4. Let's see if we can like try to get a positive record. This hand's pretty good. Shock go. Alrighty. We got it seems like this should be a really good example of how this, this is a good hand. It's a good hand. This should be an exemplary hand. Sigardizade. Uh-oh. Okay, I actually think that our deck is kind of good against Hammer. We play a lot of good Hammer hate. Even a Archmage Charm is a really good Hammer hate card. Sure. That's kind of annoying. But we're just going to Lightning Bolt that. They got a hammer. That makes sense. Oh my. I know that Archmage Charm is like no longer live, but being able to stone rain them here is absolutely brutal. And we still very much have answers for what they're doing. And we can always otawara our own blood moon if we need to. I'm not above doing that. Sure. So it's like pretty awkward because like if I abrade, they just equip a hammer. Now they have 3 hammers. That's kind of funny. I think I'm just supposed to pass. A basic would be fantastic, right? That's not terrible either. That is a chump blocker. That is a chump blocker that forces them to use a hammer. So that is something. So they have a Cauldra in hand. That's what that means. So their last 3 cards are hammer, hammer, hammer. No blocks. Good. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Now we have I think that we're just supposed to just bounce the germ token. I'm just gonna let it resolve. See what happens. I actually messed up. By me clicking my otawara, they might equip to the Stoneforge Mystic now. Nope. Okay, we got them. Wow. What a fantastic draw. I think I'm just supposed to counter this instead of subtlety it so that I can abrade the hammer. No blocks. Resolves. I guess I could have abraded the Stoneforge Mystic in response. That was my mistake. I don't know why I didn't just kill the Stoneforge. That was very silly. Why did I do that? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do that. But we should be fine now. They don't play any more. Okay, I'm definitely just gonna... They're just gonna put it on bottom, I assume. And now we should be able to, like, run away with this game. Yeah, that was silly. Why did I not just kill the Stoneforge? I'm tired. I need to get some food. All right, will they draw the 4th Colossus Hammer? We do have a counterspell for it, so... No blocks. That's a good draw. Yeah, wish the Stoneforge Mystic was dead, so their Springleaf Drum would be offline, so they can't double white for a pure Steel Paladin, but it is what it is. Okay, now we're pretty set up. I'm just gonna probably Archmage Charm on their end step to draw some cards. Actually, do I want to do that? It doesn't play around another hammer, like if they have fourth hammer. Equip. So now I'm going to attempt to draw cards. Oh, okay, now we just... Oh, we cannot. We cannot do that. Okay. Well. I think we still win, interestingly enough. I think we still win. I think that if we snapcaster lightning bolt them, we should still win. Sure. Yep, we win. I don't think there's an out for them. That was very silly. Oopsies. Yeah. When I start making misplays, it's very clear that I need some food. Okay, off to the next game. Easy sideboarding. Ready? Counterspells. Out. Engineered. Abrade. Brotherhood's End. Fury. Subtlety. Out. Pretty sure that's it. I think we just submit. So, Shark Typhoons can make blockers to block pretty much anything. They also block the Sanctifier. Blood Moons, we don't want to board those out because they hit the Urza Sagas, but they're also playing blue-white, which makes it better for us. Blue-white, I like to have at least a Blood Moon in against the blue-white version of Hammer, but against the mono-white version, it's not as good. It only hits Urza Saga, so stuff to keep in mind. Alrighty. Interesting. So we have an EE and we have a Shark Typhoon. If we find any red land, we turn on these bolts. We're on the draw. Let's do it. Sure. Ouch. Hopefully they don't have a Stoneforge Mystic too. Wow, they do. Their hand was insane. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 Urza Saga Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know if there's like a better start for them. Hmm. Okay. Well, they board out the Cauldra. They board out the Cauldra in game 2. But engineered explosives on 1 is better here, so I'm still going to kill the Stoneforge Mystic. Just in case. Because if they do have Cauldra, I don't want to get screwed by that. Very scary card to play around. Esper Sentinel, okay. And a Pierce Paladin. And the hammer. Yeah, that's pretty good. We are going to have to engineer it on one. Take it. They didn't re-equip to the Pierce Seal. It seems a little silly. Alright. You are going to draw 2 cards. I'm at 6. Do your worst. Okay. Do they have another artifact? They do, and that's GG's. Okay. Next one. I don't think there's anything I want to change. I think that we're fine. I think that, like, they just had Esper Sentinel, Stoneforge Mystic with Urza Saga backup. Like, I don't... There's literally... That's probably the best draw on their deck besides Urza Saga, Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, Esper Sentinel in the first turn. All right, good hand, good hand. Good hand, good hand, good hand. Our opponent has mulled to 6. So you're saying there's a chance. It's kind of a shame that this Blood Moon is not looking good in this hand. Sure. Not a very scary first turn. And I'm going to get the basic to consider here. We need some basics. Oh, that's pretty good. That's also pretty good. If we can get the land, we literally need any land. This Blood Moon is probably just not going to be played. We might exile it for the Fury. Depending on what they do. Turn 2 Urza Saga would be, I guess, a reason to play the Blood Moon, depending on what we draw. But I would really only want to do that if we draw another basic. These Sulfur Falls are kind of hurting me. Oh my god, Urza Saga again. Yep. I could have killed the Ginger Brute in response. Probably should have killed the Ginger Brute in response. Yeah, I should have killed it in response. And now I'm going to have to pay the consequences of that one. I definitely need to get some food in me. I'm still going to kill it so that they can't just, like, make the mana next turn. But still very brutal. Okay, that's actually not a bad draw. That'll help me get to the lands. Esper Sentinel. Okay, I'm gonna take this time to draw 2 cards. Yeah, I'm gonna draw 2 cards here. I really want to hit a lands. I could take the Springleaf Drum too, but if they just have a land, then we're screwed. But that was really good. We hit the lands. That's what I wanted. We hit a dress down. That'd be pretty sweet too, so we can kill his Sanctifier somehow, some way. So we did get enough basics that we can maybe like... If I play this Blood Moon now, I can prevent them from tutoring. No, I think I would rather hold up the Cryptic commands. So if I Cryptic command, right, bounce, draw the Sanctifier, then play like the Blood Moon, I might be able to find a way to get the Sanctifier off the table permanently. Sure. And I'm gonna fetch to get this basic, just in case. I don't want them to Pithing Needle name Polluted Delta and just get me like that. That'd be pretty dirty. Okay, so this is like my opportunity to counter. Do I want to bounce the Sanctifier? I guess I don't really like want to take more damage. Do I want to let them draw a card? I have to. I'm pretty sure I have to. Oops, I didn't tap blue. There you go. Okay, so you can have a card. Then they hit me for 6. Then we're sadly like really close to being able to like be able to play this Blood Moon here, but always yields. We're gonna pay. All right, go. Okay. Okay. So they're giving me a chance to Blood Moon them here. Hmm. We need to draw a red spell. Red spell? That's probably the best red spell. Okay. Now I no longer really need to think. We fetch, we lightning bolt this, we Blood Moon, and now they have a card that's uncastable in their hands. Yep. And now we're going to Fury that. And then we should be able to just take this game. Wow, that's pretty good too. Go. No reason to show them that I have an engineer explosives in hands. Oh, we did it. We are 2-2. I was about to say, I was about to be really excited, but 2-2 is fairly average. All right, we are gonna play the last one. We're gonna see how this goes. Alrighty, round number 5. Wow, we got through all 5. Let's see what this deck can do. I think we're gonna keep this. We have a good Blood Moon hand. Consider can hopefully get us to something. Our opponent has mulled to 6 too, so that's pretty good for us. If they go turn 1 Ragavan, not turn 1 Ragavan, thank the Lord. Hammer again. Fair enough, fair enough. We're going to shock go, and then we're going to pray that we find a We're going to pray that we find a lightning bolt for this Stoneforge Mystic they're about to play. Urza Saga Stoneforge Mystic. Just show it to me. Show it to me. My body is ready. Oh, yes. They have it every time. Oh, they don't have it. Very good. Okay. Let's see what's up. I mean, I'm going to take the removal spell because we have no removal spells, but... Fetch lands because we want to start getting some basics for this Blood Moon. So land go. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna fetch, get a basic. We don't really want any more lands, so I'm kind of down to just start thinning the deck. Consider. I'll bend that. We're really close to Delirium now, so that's pretty nice. The Archmage Charm is actually a fantastic draw. Fantastic draw, because now they're gonna make a token. They're probably gonna make another token, and then they're gonna be able to. Then they're gonna probably get a hammer, and then I can take the hammer, or I can take the token they're gonna try to equip to. If they just make the mana, that tells me that they have the hexproof card in hands. Okay, so they have the hexproof card in hands. Oh no, they're making the token. Okay. Yep. And then that resolves. They can get whatever they want. Springleaf Drum. Interesting. Ornithopter. Okay. No blocks. I guess I just take it. Interesting. So, what do I want to do now? Do I want to take their Springleaf Drum so they can't play at an instant speed game right now? Do I want to take their Construct token? I think it's better for me to take the Construct token. We're going to take the untapped Construct token. You have a Spell Pierce? Sure. Okay, so we need to get a creature into the grave. I don't think I'm going to play around another Spell Pierce. They play like 2 to 3 in the main. That's one. They probably don't have another one. Sure. Okay, so I think this is where I'm supposed to counter tap their guys. They have to have another Spell Pierce, and if they do, they got me. But so now we can Snapcaster Archmage Charm, take a Construct token. And if they counter that, then we can block whatever Construct token that they equip like a hammer to. And then we have Delirium, and then we can double Unholy Heat. Oh. That seems like a very weird play. What are the odds that they have the hexproof card? What are the odds, right? Slim, right? Like super slim. Because if I just take this Ornithopter, I'm gonna try to take the Ornithopter. I'm gonna do it now. They can't re-equip this Colossus Hammer unless they happen to have Pure Steel Paladin. So let's make them have the only card in their hand be the Hexproof card or Pure Steel Paladin. All right, we have a 10-12 Ornithopter. Oh my god. I will just concede to save time. Okay. So, same thing again. All these cards in, these in, these outs, subtlety outs. I think we can board out like this. Oh, we have the Magus in the moon. That was my mistake. We just click submit. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, I don't think that there's really anything I'd want to change right now. I think that subtlety is not that great in the mirror or in this matchup. That's really the only card that I would really think about. I guess Magus the Moon is like the other card, but I think I'd rather have Shark Typhoon as a blocker for their flyers. Also like a cantrip. There's no way that Jace is good. Jace is way too slow. All right. I'm pretty happy with this configuration. I think that Hammer is like a deck that we're kind of almost pre-boarded for, so kind of a shame that we lost that first game. This hand doesn't do anything, so I'm just gonna mull. This hand does something. Throw back Cryptic. We have a bunch of removal, which is awesome. That's what we want. And we have a Cryptic left over, so we draw. So, like, what's nice about this kind of hands that I look for just kind of when I play Magic are hands that lands and spells are both good draws. This is an example of that kind of hand. Lands and spells are both really good draws. I'm not gonna let them draw a card if I don't have to. So fetch the steam vents. And just unholy heat this. Sure. Oh, they kept a one lander. I think I'm just gonna pass. If I can get an archmage charm to resolve, then that's better than me like killing this giver of runes that doesn't really matter at the moment. They drew a land, that's really annoying. I will probably counter a Stoneforge Mystic. Resolves. So I got the second Steam Vents because I want to be able to potentially like double Lightning Bolt this giver of runes. So now I'm going to attempt to Lightning Bolt this. My reasoning being if they hammer equip, then I can engineer explosives on one. And if not, now I get to Snapcaster, hold up Lightning Bolt. Sure. Passing. Okay. Land would be sick. That is a good draw. All right, engineering explosives on 1. So we set ourselves up that they can't hammer. Because if they hammer, then we can just engineer explosives. And we have a cryptic command up. Like, we should be fine here. I'm really not too worried about very much. I'll definitely take 2. I think I'm going to counterbounce. Counter, bounce. That feels pretty friggin' good. A land would be sick. Not bad either. I guess our entire deck is like filled with fantastic cards. I think I'm just gonna counter draw. Counter draw. Mana Tithe doesn't do it. Oh, they March of the Otherworldly lighted my thing. Okay. Interesting. All right, pass. If we draw a land, then we will be able to snapcaster cryptic. And we can Shark Typhoon, make a thing. Stoneforge. Oh, we get to dress down that. That's pretty nice. Nice. Nice 2-mana 1/2. Squire, I believe. They kept Cauldra in? Wow. Interesting. And they chose to equip. No, okay, I understand. Um, am I supposed to like Snapcaster and like Archmage Charm the token? Or am I supposed to Cryptic the token? I wonder if they have the Hexproof card. We're definitely Snapcastering something. It's just kind of like, do I want the token? If they find a way to re-equip, then it's kind of the same thing. But if they don't, then we have a 5/5. Okay, let's Archmage Charm. Let's see if we can get a win condition going. Okay. Oh my god, what a good draw. Go. All right, game 3. Just click submit. I don't know what changes they could possibly be making. I'm wondering if they're keeping in the Cauldra. I don't think that I'm surprised that they kept in Cauldra. I don't think that Cauldra is as good game 2 and 3 when I'm most likely going to Lightning Bolt the Stoneforge Mystic if I can. Which is why generally they board out Cauldra Complete in game 2 and 3. Opening hand has 0 lands in our 22 land deck. This hand's pretty good. What would we not want? This hand is pretty stacked, to be honest. I guess the Archmage Charm. It's not really castable at the moment. Relic. Okay. Land go. So assuming they're getting Stoneforge Mystic here. They're playing Stoneforge Mystic, and then I'm probably just gonna bolt it. Because now they might have kept Culture Complete in. They did. They still have Cauldron in their deck. That's so crazy. I think that's absolutely wild. They're never going to be able to cast that Cauldron. It's just not happening. Sure. Passing, okay. I'm not going to crack. I want the lands in my deck. That's pretty good. I guess it's not that good because of the Relic of Progenitus, but if we're able to like line up a way that we're like able to like fetch shot, if we're able to line up a way that we can get this like lightning bolt, snapcaster, whatever to resolve, sure. Hmm. So now is going to be the opportunity for us to be able to get the snapcaster bolt to resolve. That's pretty nice for us. Get the basic. This resolves. This resolves. Does this not give +2/+2? Oh, if it's an artifact creature. So I could have dressed down the response. But I kind of like being able to get the value out of my snapcaster here. And dress down is still really good against like Urza Saga, and so is like engineered explosives. But being able to get that lightning bolt to resolve through the Relic of Progenitus feels really good. It feels like I got away with something. Aha, now they just cracked it. Awesome. Sure. A lands. Alright, so I'm just gonna engineer it on one. And I am going to shock myself because I I want to be able to cast a Fury if I draw a basic. And I'm gonna enter combat and I'm going to attack. If they want to trade, I'm definitely down. But now I have the so I wanted to play around another indestructible card, the blacksmith skill. But the EE on one is doing a lot of work. They can't kill it or I just pop it. I know it's really awkward to like trade the snapcaster, but I wanted to get the engineered explosives like onto the field. I guess like I could have held up Shark Typhoon and stuff. I think I'm just gonna crack this now. I don't want them to like make a mana. Resolves. Land. I'm done with that. Deal. Passing. Uh-oh, good for me. I'm just gonna pass. And then I'm gonna make a 3/3 shark on their end step if they do nothing. Resolves. How's that cauldron doing, by the way, in your hand? It's looking pretty hot. By hot, I mean not good. Make the shark. So now we're ahead. Lands are really not what we want to see now. Now we want to see some spells. They're going to path me. March. Okay, sure. Still a 2-for-1. Because we did get a card out of it. I'm going to play the fetch land because I want to start thinning the deck. Sure. Yeah, I get a basic, I think. I get the red source in case we draw like a bolt here. Okay, we did not. So let's play this land so we can Fury. Fury's going to ETB. Let's hope that they let it ETB first. Okay, they did. So now I'm going to try to deal all 4, and if they try to give it hexproof, I can dress down. Resolves. And now I dress down. I'll let him draw a card. It's fine. Can't do anything about it anyway. Ooh! Alright, we have a Fury on the board. And we have a Snapcaster, which can hit a Lightning Bolt. And only Lightning Bolt right now. But they have nothing going on, so I'm not mad. And they've gone through 2 blacksmith skills. They're just main phasing the hammer. That means they have another pure steel paladin, most likely. That was a good draw. I'm not attacking. So I can archmage charm, snapcaster archmage charm if I shock. So I'm gonna do that. Sure. I'm going to attempt to end step take control of that. Actually, I kind of want the shadow spear. I'm gonna try to take the shadow spear. They targeted the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. That's game. You gotta pay more attention. All right, 3 and 2. I will take a positive record with Blue Moon. I will definitely take a positive record. And let's crack the chest. Come on, give me something good. There it is! The Oathsworn Knights. All right, let's talk about the deck list. So, I actually really liked this configuration. My only gripes were, I think that abrade is a bit too narrow. Like, I don't think that it's good enough to be played in the main. I think that subtlety might have a very similar, like, it's a bit too narrow. And I really don't think that we need 4 cryptic commands. I really like 4 archmage charm. I think that I'm sold. I think that going forward, playing these lists, I'm going to play 4 archmage charm. But I think that we could probably do something along the lines of cutting the subtlety, cutting the abrade. We could cut a cryptic. And I kind of want to play the Ragavans. I kind of missed them. I don't know about you, but I liked having the ability of being able to play a turn 1 threat. The problem is that, like, when you play control, you have to make sure that your answers line up. And sometimes your answers don't line up. And it's really hard to get a proactive game plan going. Shark Typhoon actually was... I think it was good. I think it was... I think that maybe it could be like this. I think that going forward, we could, like, cut these... and we could play 4 Ragavan. Adding another creature to the deck to make it easier to get delirium, having it be a threat that we can recur over and over again, right? We can play it for 1 mana, we can play it for 2. It's incredible on turn 1. It makes our opponent keep in removal, which is not always great. I'm not entirely sure. I think that there's something good here. I think that within this 75, within the 60, there's something good here. And I think that if we play, like, the 4 Ragavans, we might be able to, like, cut a dress down for a Fury in the main. Which would be nice to have, like, some removal as well as, like, another creature. I just was not as impressed by Abrade. It just didn't really seem that great. It was, like, fine when we needed it for, you know, hammer. But other than that, not so great. Archmage Charm, fantastic. Engineered Explosives actually ended up being kind of good. Kind of surprised. Definitely down to, like, play 1. Dress Down, at least 1 was good. And then Shark Typhoon was actually quite good. If you guys enjoy this content, this kind of content, please leave a like, subscribe. Shout outs to this person for giving me the idea of, like, replaying some Blue Moon. Love Blue Moon. Big fan. A lot of fun. And that blue-white control game, I know that they mulled a 5 game 3, but it was still really fun to, like, navigate a control mirror where, like, we're playing red and they're playing white, and you get to see, like, the differences between the two. Blood Moon coming in clutch. That's kind of, like, the big reason we're playing red in the first place, right? So, yeah, please leave a like. Comment below what you want me to play. I'll play anything that you want in Modern. Preferably if I have the cards. If not, I can figure it out. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for 300 subscribers. And as always, I love you. Goodbye.